What's up, good people? What's up, good people? Here we are. It's Mindset Monday yet again. It's Trayvon Pratt with AIM, always improving the mind. And if you were following last week, last Monday, I had spoke on becoming an active listener, building and improving the listening skills. So this week, I want to touch on the topic of effective communication. Listen, we can't have community without communication, people. How we gonna build a community? How we gonna come together if we can't communicate? We gotta be able to talk. We gotta be able to communicate with one another, okay? Okay, so with that, most mishaps are caused by, you guessed it, miscommunication. I'm talking about from the smallest to the biggest things, from divorce to beef and gang violence and wars, and like so many things are just caused by miscommunication. Miscommunication. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to say. That's not how I meant to say it. However, this is how it was stemmed. This is how it was given. This is how it was given off. So, with that, I have a few factors that I want to give towards effective communication, towards having effective communication. And I got my notes. And please feel free, comment, subscribe. Feel free to comment on what factors I may have missed out. Okay, this is a guideline. This isn't set in stone. This isn't the final and only. Okay, so I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear your input. If there's anything I may miss, please feel free to comment, maybe even come on this live, okay? So the first factor, listening. Yes, surprise, surprise. The first factor is listening. I did a whole Mindset Monday last week on listening. If you want to deep dive on becoming a better listener, an active listener, please go back to my last video on listening for the Mindset Monday. It's right there. But for this one, I'm going to tell you, you have to become an active listener, okay? And you have to listen to understand. Listen to understand. Instead of trying to prove a point, instead of going back and forth, instead of, battling. I'm not in combat with you when it comes to conversation. Become an active listener, okay? Listen to understand. Next factor. Responding. Yes, responding. Give some feedback, okay? Give some feedback. These are small things that you can do, verbal and non-verbal, as in, yeah, or eyebrow raise. That lets me know that you're paying attention. That's effective communication, okay? A smile, I'm puzzled, or like all of these non-verbal facial cues are strong factors in effective communication. That lets the person knows that you're paying attention and you're responding without having to say something, or you can say yes, no. Also, when it comes to responding, give some feedback, okay? Ask questions. Ask questions that pertain to what the speaker is talking about. Ask questions to understand as well. Instead of, again, going in combat. We're not fighting here. So ask questions to understand, give some feedback, respond, okay? And remember, it takes two to communicate or more, but at least two. If one person is giving a message and nobody's receiving it, that's not effective communication. If somebody is giving and somebody is receiving, then we are now being effective. What's up, Meaty? Next factor is open-mindedness, okay? Do not come to a conversation or any type of communication closed-minded. If you come closed-minded, it's one-sided, and he who knows it all knows nothing, right? So if you come thinking that what you know is truth, what you know is the final, what you know is all, and you're not open to listening to another person, you're not open to another perspective, at all, then you're closed-minded and it's not going to move the communication anywhere forward, okay? It's not going to be effective. Come to the conversation with an open mind, all right? Come to the conversation with an open mind. Next factor, and you can go ahead and put a star beside this one. The next factor is tonality. Man, I wanted to send this to specific people, okay? It's not what you say, but how you're saying it, okay? It's not what you say, but how you're saying it. It's not so much your word choice on this part, okay? It's your tonality, your tone of voice, your pitch, okay? How you're delivering the message is how somebody is going to perceive it, all right? If you tell me, I'm fine, I don't believe that you're fine. If you tell me, yeah, everything's good, I got it, I don't feel like you got it, I don't feel like you understand, okay? Your tonality plays such a vital part in effective communication. How do you want somebody to leave feeling this conversation? All right? You want them to be excited and ready and, just up and, ooh, I feel good. You might want to use a higher pitch. You might want to give a little more energy, okay? You might want to smile a little bit. That's all in your tonality. If you like having a serious conversation and it's a serious tone, you want to take away that smile and it's like, okay, well, I need you to understand this. I need you to understand this. And you might even talk a little lower and it's like, it's because you want that person to lean in, right? You want them to lean in because you're talking lower and it's like serious. If it's a secreted type of thing, you might whisper a little bit because it's just for me and you. I don't want everybody else to know. But that's all in your tonality. All right? The tonality sets the tone for the message of the conversation. So please work on your tonality. Next factor is your verbiage, okay? This is your verbiage, your word choice, your diction, however you want to say whatever it is that you need to say. How can the listener perceive it, okay? I got friends who never even made it to college, never even made it to high school, and I got friends who have master's degrees. So my word choice can fluctuate according to who I am having a conversation with, who I'm conversing with. Conversate is not a word, okay? So make sure that you choose the right words, the right verbiage for the right listener to be able to understand. Again, effective communication all goes to understanding. This message needs to be received and perceived accordingly, okay? So don't just throw all of these college words and all these smart words to baffle and to befuddle anybody, okay, to try to confuse anybody because you want to feel smart. That's not effective communication. That's flexing. And who wants to be in conversation with somebody who flexes on me? I don't want that. So use the right word choice to get the message across to the right audience, okay? That's your verbiage. Next factor. Oh, we killing it. We killing it today. The next factor is timing. Go ahead and put a star beside that one too. Timing. Okay, it might not be the right time to have this conversation, but with effective communication, you can state that, okay, listen, I understand that we gotta have this talk, but I am not in the mood, I'm not in the right mind space to be able to have this conversation. Let's have it later, let me calm down, let me cool out, because I learned, okay, I don't argue anymore. I'm an adult, I don't argue anymore, I'm not trying to do the whole back and forth. That never gets me the solution that I'm looking for, okay? I just want to have a conversation. I want to get them from A to B, okay? So if I feel defensive, if I feel vulnerable, if I feel threatened, if I feel like I gotta, if I feel like we in that combative state, then I'm gonna say, listen, not right now. Not right now. It's not the time to have this conversation, okay? When is? You set that time. Maybe we can do it in a few minutes. Maybe we can do it in an hour or so. Maybe we can't talk about it until tomorrow. Somehow, okay? Still, set the time, you set the tone, all right? We all know the feeling when somebody says, oh, look, we need to talk. And it's like, we need to talk. What happened? What I do? What, all of these things you start playing back. Like, did I do that? What happened? Was he upset when what could I have done? What is it? We all know the anxiety that comes behind the we need to talk. I'm feeling it right now, just saying it. But you set the tone. Instead of saying we need to talk, you can say, hey, listen, I was upset the other day, or I was upset when you said or did such and such, and I feel as though we need to have a conversation about it. Or, hey, I support you. I was excited when this happened. Let's talk about it. I want to see how you feel. You set the tone for the conversation, and you set the time that you're going to have it, okay? That's the timing. The next factor, okay, this is one that I didn't write down, but it's another one. I kind of touched on it, but I want to open it up a little bit. Okay, effective communication can be verbal or non-verbal, okay? Oftentimes when me and my missus cannot converse, when we can't talk to each other because we're both defending ourselves, oftentimes what we will do is we will write each other our perspective. Okay? That's a form of effective communication. If I can't talk to you, I can write to you. If I can't call you, I can text you. Like I can message you, I can email you. All of these are forms of communication. Also, I tell people I speak 2 languages. I'm bilingual. I speak English and body language, okay? Your body would tell me way more than what your words can. And I don't always trust your words if they don't align with your actions, okay? If you're telling me one thing but you're showing me another, I'm gonna go off of what you're showing me more so than what you're telling me. So your nonverbal cues. Your nonverbal cues are big. They are big factors in effective communication. If I'm trying to talk to you and you like this, you're not looking at me, you're not trying to pay attention, you're rolling your eyes, you all of that, then I'm gonna feel like, okay, you're not listening, you don't want to have this conversation, and it's not going nowhere, so it's pointless for me to keep trying to talk to you. That's ineffective communication, in a sense. I mean, if that's the message that you're trying to get across, then maybe it's effective for you. But there are other ways to do that, okay? As far as effective communication goes, your nonverbal cues play a strong factor in effective communication. Again, it goes back to the facial cues, the gestures. Just for me being excited, you see hand movement, okay? You see me smiling, that's a nonverbal, like, okay, he's excited, he's passionate about what he's talking about, okay? Eye contact, nonverbal, all right? I'm looking at you, I'm leaning in, I'm focused, all right? A squint here and there, eyebrow raise, turning the head, smile, frown, puzzled, confused, all right? All of these are nonverbal cues that you can use in effective communication that can propel the conversation to go forward or halt the conversation, stop the conversation, or allow you to get your perspective, your point of view out. So that's another factor, verbal and nonverbal communication. All right. And the last but not least is, and I think I'm gonna do a Mindset Monday on this. If I have, no, I haven't already. I think I'm gonna do a Mindset Monday on this very topic, and that is consistency. Consistency. Man, you need consistency for anything to be successful. You need to be consistent. Okay? That goes along with communication as well. You may have told this person one time what you felt, and it may have been simple, straight to the point, right word choice, all of that, right tone, all of that, and they might have seemed to have gotten it, but 2 days later, Same old thing. Okay, well, we learn through repetition. Okay, so everybody that feels as though I just need to say it one time and that should be it, we got to break that. Okay, when it comes to effective communication, you may have to repeat yourself 2 or 3 times, and you may have to say the same thing with a different word choice in order for that person to understand fully what you're trying to tell them. It may happen. It happens all the time with me. Doesn't matter the person, the caliber person, doesn't matter, how intelligent the person is. It's all in communication. It takes consistency, okay? It takes consistency. It takes consistency. And that consistency comes with repetition, all right? Be willing to repeat yourself. Be willing to repeat yourself. The other person may repeat themselves quite often, and it's like, why they keep on telling me? They might need to remind themselves of whatever it is that they're saying. All right? It comes with repetition, though. So we learn through repetition, be consistent, keep going, keep at it. All right? And those are some factors in effective communication. All right? We can't have community without communication, people. I want this community to continue to grow, continue to build. Everybody here, everybody outside of here. Share this with anybody that you can. Invite anybody to the platform. Invite anybody to see this video, to use Mindset Mondays. They are vital. I'm teaching you how to build and improve your mind. All right? And we're going to stay light as we go forward towards our goals. All right? Again, you can't have community without communication. So let's talk. I am a mindset coach with aim always improving the mind. If you need any mindset improvement, if you want to deep dive on that, I'm available. The DMs are available. Email is available. If you want to reach out, you can just comment, okay? And I'll respond. I'll come to you personally. But don't leave it to chance. If there's something that you know that you need to improve on, you need to work on, listen. You want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go with the team. Interdependency is much more of a value than independency. So, don't try to do everything by yourself, man. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. It's Trayvon Pratt, guys. I love you. Thank you all for tuning in. This is AIM, Always Improving the Mind, with Mindset Monday on effective communication. We are effectively communicating from this point.